In this video, I would like to discuss the values I used in the hypocycloid plugin. The values are pin bolt diameter, roller diameter, eccentricity, pressure angle, number of cam lobes, and output pin diameter. In a perfect world where you don't have to worry about constraints, you would want to make the diameter of the reducer and rollers as big as you can in order to reduce backlash and widen the contact area of the rollers against the cam. Unfortunately, this is not possible, so we have to make some compromises. For the pin bolt diameter, I picked the largest diameter I could and have it fit on the trunnion table that I was going to use it with. I chose the roller diameter based on three things: size of the pin bolt diameter, gear ratio, and the size of the standard available hardened dowel pins. I settled on a value of 0.1875 based on the size constraints I had and the gear ratio of 40. Any bigger than this and the pins wouldn't fit on the pin bolt circumference. Plus I had a reamer this size. For the eccentricity, I chose to use a value of 0.03125 based on the information from Simon Rafferty at the CNC Zone forum. According to this source, the value should be between 0.5 and 0.125 the pin diameter. My pin diameter is 0.1875, so the value should be between 94 and 23 thousandths. I chose 0.03125 because 2 times 0.125 plus 0.1875 equals 0.25, the size needed for the output holes, and I had a reamer this size. The choice of leaning towards a smaller or larger value for the eccentricity is a trade-off between vibration caused by any imbalance and the torsional stiffness. Vibration can be reduced by using two cams rotated 180 degrees apart or by removing some of the material from the cam. Torsional stiffness can be improved using more output holes and pins. For the pressure angle, the consensus among several documents I read stated that the value of 45 to 50 was enough for clearance between the pins and cam. In a previous video I gave an example of 70. This was incorrect. As Governor Perry would say, oops. For my cam, I decided not to use this feature and modify the profile in Rhino instead. I made the output pin diameter as far from the center as I could without weakening the outer profile or interfering with the rollers. One of the most important settings is segments variable, which is the maximum number of segments that will be outputted. I will cover this variable in the next video. That is about accuracy of the output and how you can control it. There were two choices for making the housing: machine the housing with pins as an integral feature, or drill and ream holes, then use dowel pins. I tried both, and the dowel pin method proved to be far superior, due to the fact that they have a more accurate geometry, smoother surface finish, and are harder. The third variation I came up with was to use a ring insert in the housing that had a pin profile built into it. This way I could change the gear ratio without having to make a whole new housing. For further clarification on the pressure angle and offset in pressure angle, I will zoom in to the profile here and turn off the pressure angle lines, and you can see at this point here, in this point here, this is where material is removed. It's removed right in this section and in this section here, and that's so things don't bind up. I choose to set that value to 0 for pressure angle and offset. So I will turn this back on so you can see where the pressure angle of 50 falls on the profile, and then I will regenerate it without. This is the profile I used, and in Rhino I removed material from this section of the profile and down at the bottom.